Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! You're all a bunch of fools! Ha 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 ha! You think I give a shit about AEW? Ha 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 ha! You expected me to be afraid? You expected me to change my show? Ha 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 ha! I'm a genius! I'm a genetic jackhammer! I'm Vince McMahon, damn it! And you stupid fans, you wanna see wrestling? I am wrestling. Here's what we're gonna do. Done! Done! Get me a pen. We're gonna rewrite tonight's show. I'm gonna send a message to these so-called fans. What? What's that done? What's my message? My message is fuck you. You're all fired for watching AEW, and this Monday Night Raw will be your punishment. Oh, I got it. I have it. I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get another Roman Reigns. We're going to get a little, tiny, fat Roman Reigns, and we're going to put him in the ring so that Roman Reigns can come out, and there'll be two Roman Reigns on the screen. Oh, I got it. I know what will make them really mad. We will take Baron Corbin. We will replace AJ Styles with Baron Corbin. And then we will make him win the #1 contendership. But we won't call it a #1 contendership because that's a wrestling term. How else can we tell the fans to go fuck themselves? We'll have a Memorial Day food fight. Oh, we'll make Brock Lesnar dance around like a big monkey with a boombox. Cause I'm Vince McMahon and fuck you.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. Jesus H. Christmas. Was this the worst Raw you have ever been put through? I have to say so. My name is Nick Nightmare. Welcome to the show. We started off things a little bit differently. We had our regularly scheduled show interrupted by the boss, apparently, Vince McMahon, with a message to all of us. He's saying, hey, did you guys enjoy Dean Ambrose? Did you enjoy seeing Johnny Moxley? Did you enjoy AEW? Did you enjoy the wrestling? Well, fuck you, because this is the #1 wrestling show in all of the world, and I am going to purposely run it into the ground just as payback. That's what I feel, man. I feel like he went out there and he wrote this show as a big middle finger, sticking it right in my face, telling me to go fuck myself because I enjoyed myself on Saturday night. By no means was Double or Nothing a perfect show. If you guys watched my review on that show, you know I had quite a few things to say about the Upstart's first pay-per-view. It was not a perfect show, but you know what it featured? It featured fucking wrestling. You know what Monday Night Raw featured tonight? It featured a whole bunch of bullshit. Talking segment after talking segment. This show went over an hour before an actual match took place. And don't fucking give me, oh, well, Shane went up against Little Roman and that was a matchup. No, it wasn't a fucking matchup. You can't take a non-wrestler, put him in the ring with a developmental talent, and call that a fucking match for Monday Night Raw. So no, there was not a fucking match until the women's tag team match hit the ring, which was at about 9:15. That serves as a single solitary example as to why Monday Night Raw needs to be cut to 2 fucking hours. The whole first hour was focused on SmackDown, guys. And while we're on that, the fucking wild card. Is it 4 people or not? By my count, I counted like 6, maybe 7 people, because I can't fucking remember if Drew McIntyre's on Raw or if he's on the roster for SmackDown Live. But we had way more than 4 people from SmackDown on the show tonight. Especially within the first hour. We had the whole opening segments with the exception of Seth Rollins. You had Brock Lesnar, who's pretty much a free agent. He's got the money in the bank. He's going to go wherever he wants. So he counts as a dual show athlete, does he not? Then you got Roman Reigns, who hasn't left Monday Night Raw since he's left Monday Night Raw for SmackDown Live. You got Shane McMahon. You got Dolph Ziggler. You got Kofi Kingston. You got R-Truth. You got Carmella. All these fucking superstars from SmackDown Live that filled up the first hour and a half, if not more than, Monday Night Raw. Fuck your shake-up and fuck this wild card rule. All it did was make everything considerably worse. Just like they are on a mission to make Raw considerably worse every single week we sit here and watch it. How can they possibly put on a show like this tonight if not just to spite us? I don't understand it. What were there, 3 matches tonight? On a 3-hour fucking show you gave us 3 or maybe 4 matches? 5 if you're lucky? I lost track because all they fucking did was lull me into a peaceful, tranquil sleep. I was excited for Raw tonight coming out of Saturday, and color me a dumbass for being that way. I thought the WWE was going to look at this show and go, okay, all right, you know, there's a new player on the board. He's not the biggest. He's not a threat as of yet. But we need to keep our eye on this. This could become a problem. So let's straighten things up and get our heads in the game. But instead, we get a big old, here, take this. Watch what we're going to do now. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I really thought Raw was going to, or Vince specifically, you know he didn't watch the show. But he had eyes on it. He had somebody's eyes on it. And they came back to him and told him, hey, listen, this was a good show. This ain't no rinky-dink TNA wannabe Impact with a fucking 6-sided ring and a bunch of clowns. This is a legit organization. They're going to have a real TV show. Maybe we should straighten things up around here. But that's not what we got at all. 48 hours after Double or Nothing, we got what is considered to me to be another in a long line of contestants for the worst Monday Night Raw of 2019, if not of all fucking time. If the ratings don't tank from hour 1 to hour 3, next when the ratings come out in a couple of days, I will be absolutely shocked. I will be shocked, and viewership will probably be down 110%. You know how many people tuned in tonight to see if there was going to be some sort of a retaliation to what these guys did on Saturday? Cody Rhodes came out and smashed a fucking throne, a Triple H throne with a sledgehammer, live on pay-per-view from Las Vegas, and they did nothing to change the show. They didn't do anything edgy, any sort of acknowledgement. There was nothing. They're going on about business as if AEW's not even a thing. And sure, it's not really a thing yet. And I'm not a big mark for AEW or anything like that. I'm a WWE lifer, but there's nothing wrong with liking another fucking wrestling company. I choose wrestling above all else. So if there's more wrestling and someone else is doing it better, I'm going to watch that. This is unacceptable. You want to call yourself a fucking wrestling program, not have a real wrestling match for over 1/3 of the program, and then spatter it with a few matchups. We had 2 good wrestling matches tonight, but there were problems with each of them. Because the way the WWE is booking these guys, the way the WWE's telling their stories is fucking ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Let's get along with the reason why we came here. I'm going to tell you guys everything fucking wrong with this show. We already highlighted the first hour segment and the Shane McMahon involvement. Lance Anoa'i, Roman Reigns' little cousin. What was he at fucking Raw for the Usos fucking block party? Is that why he was here tonight? And he took a wrong fucking turn in the back and ended up out in the fucking ring with Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre? fucking ridiculous. It's bad enough I gotta see one Roman Reigns. You're bringing me a shorter, more inept version of one that I don't want to fucking see. Like we don't already know what's gonna happen. You put together the most predictable segment of all time. Shane McMahon has been getting under the fucking balls of Roman Reigns, so he goes out and he's beating up his cousin. And what do you think's gonna happen? Roman Reigns is gonna come out to the rescue, and we're all gonna fucking cheer. Yay! He's saving his little mini-me, and I'm supposed to give a shit, but I don't give a shit. You know who else didn't really give a shit? Roman Reigns didn't fucking give a shit. Let me tell you something. I don't give a shit. I have a lot of cousins in my family. I love each and every one of them. I don't get to see any of them nearly as much as we probably should. Half of them live across the country. Some of them live here and live there. But if I was in the same building and I was able to see on a screen or within arm's reach or just over there in the corner somebody beating the shit out of my cousin, I'm certainly not going to wait to get out there and get him the fuck off of my family. And I'm certainly, when I do get out there on the entrance ramp, I'm not just gonna fucking walk and take my time. What, is Lance the least fucking favorite cousin of the whole Anoa'i family? He couldn't muster up a little fucking gusto to get out there to save his cousin? No, he takes 3 steps, he's walking, he's all big dog walking down the fucking ramp, and then he takes 2 steps, knocks out Drew fucking McIntyre with a Superman punch, and then Shane McMahon flees the ring, and there they are. The 2 Romans fucking standing there, doing fucking nothing on a show that Roman Reigns is no longer on. A show that Shane McMahon is technically no longer on. A show that I'm not sure whether Drew McIntyre is even on anymore. A show that's a complete fucking mess because of stupid, unnecessary segments like this. And in this particular scenario, it's not even about the oversaturation of the WWE with Roman Reigns. It's about this Shane McMahon push that just seemingly will not die. An unnecessary fucking part of this whole show. Dolph Ziggler. You want to talk about unnecessary. The only reason Dolph Ziggler's around is because Kevin Owens decided he doesn't want to go to Jeddah. He's not going to the Super Showdown. They need an opponent for Kofi Kingston. Enter Dolph Ziggler, a guy that hasn't changed a fucking thing about himself except making himself increasingly more pathetic and incredibly more annoying. I don't like this crybaby Dolph. Oh, I look at you, and it should have been me. Brr. I don't care if you say it with fucking blood on your face, or with your hair tied back, with your hair all fucking puffed out, in your fucking denim fucking jackets, your acid wash, if you got your leather on, if you got your sweat hood on. I don't care how you're fucking talking right now. Your whole fucking look, everything you're fucking talking about, you're just the same old fucking Dolph Ziggler. And you're coming out of the fucking shadows because you're suddenly jealous of Kofi Kingston, somebody that tonight on Raw, he said he was pulling for. And he went to bat for. And now for some reason he's jealous about it? This is the guy that you, while you were sitting on the sidelines making your Motley fucking Crew movies and doing your fucking comedy act, you're championing the Kofi Mania cause. And then Kofi Mania happens, and now you're going to cry about it. It should have been me. I should have been. What about this should have been you? You know who it should have been? It should have been fucking Ali. Ali's the one that got hurt. Ali's the one that really is the one that sacrificed the chance to win the fucking championship at WrestleMania. He is the one, if anybody, that should be running this gimmick. And he'd probably be doing it better. But Dolph Ziggler's in this weird kind of, like fucking rehab what is it called? Post-traumatic fucking state of mind that he's just kind of like out there, man. Like he needs his next fix. And then he's crying. It's me. No fucking thank you. This is what you got. A segment which, like we said, should be on SmackDown Live. And now we get the new whiny Ziggler, who's even more pathetic than he used to be, crying about Kofi Kingston having friends. Oh, you're the champion. That should have been me. You have friends that watch your back. Bleh. You just had fucking Drew McIntyre. You were just part of how many different 3-man trios? You entered the WWE with Big E at your side. What are you crying about having fucking backup? You always got fucking backup, dude. Brock Lesnar doesn't know how the fucking Money in the Bank contract works. The Beast Box debuted tonight. Brock Lesnar comes out. They fashioned the Money in the Bank briefcase into a fucking boombox from the 1980s. It's not playing any music. It's all just for aesthetics. But Brock Lesnar's coming out like a fucking gorilla, bopping to this ridiculous fucking dance song, which took over his theme music, all because of something that was said last week when he won the Money in the Bank. Because he celebrated doing this, pretending it was a boombox. Now they took that and made it. That's the idea you took. I'm sure Paul Heyman's got a million fucking ideas. That's the one that you latched onto. Oh, let's make him Boombox Brock. The fuck out of here. You took a fucking multiple-time champion. You put him out there. You made him look like a fucking clown. Oh, well, he looked like he was having fun. Wasn't it great to see Brock having fun at a WWE? No! No, it wasn't fucking great to see Brock at all. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's going to take one of those 2 championships. And I don't want to see this again. How do you not know how it works? How did he just find out tonight? He's been part of the fucking WWE for way longer than he's been in the UFC. The Money in the Bank contract has been around for fucking years. Maybe more than, decades at this point. What's it been, like 25 Money in the Bank ladder matches? This guy don't know how it works? They said it at the event. Was he not there at the start of the match when they announced that the winner will get a contract opportunity at any point during the year? Up until WrestleMania, whatever the fucking ruling is. How does he not know that? And what did it even matter if he wasn't going to fucking cash it in tonight anyway? Fucking ridiculous. They tell us that they're replacing AJ Styles with Baron Corbin in a fatal 4-way elimination match, which is going to take place later on tonight on Monday Night Raw. The contestants in this match were Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, and The Miz. Now, 3 out of 4 of those I have absolutely no interest in. And then AJ Styles supposedly is suffering from some sort of an injury. He felt a pop in his back, and he was pulled from this match. I think this is storyline. I don't think this is legit. It could be. I have to look more into it. But I have a feeling AJ Styles didn't want to go to Jeddah either, and this is their way of writing him off and out of storyline for the temporary time being. And they gifted it to Baron Corbin. Replacing AJ Styles with Baron Corbin in this matchup. It's like trading your prom queen girlfriend. It's like you got to date the girl that was so hot. She was queen of the fucking prom. But she wasn't good enough for you. So what did you do? She can't come with you on your little family vacation to Jeddah. So instead, you go down to the local fucking Burger King and you pick up a fat, pimply fucking wildebeest that looks like a fucking mutant because she's willing to go and do the job for you. Meanwhile, you left the hot fucking prom girl that knows how to do all those things you like to do and knows how to use her tongue in that way that makes you feel all special. You left her for the fucking mutant wildebeest. How does that make sense? And then, this motherfucker, Constable Dickhead, survives this elimination match and wins the number 1 contendership for the Universal title and will be challenging Seth Rollins at Super Showdown. As if you had to make that show any more worthless. Give me another reason to actually not want to sit down and watch a fucking WWE pay-per-view. You all know he's not gonna fucking beat Seth Rollins. But will Brock Lesnar leave Saudi Arabia with the WWE Universal Championship? That's what they keep teasing. They're teasing it to fucking high hell. They're hammering it into your head harder than I hammer in the fact that Raw fucking sucks. Oh, this fucking show. The women's tag team match. The Iconics versus Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch. We're going to take a little sidebar right now, and I'm going to tell you guys that Cross and Lynch, I think, would be a fucking great tag team. If Becky Lynch never became the man and did this whole, run as Becky Two Belts and it wasn't the Raw Women's Champion anymore, I think a tag team with Nikki Cross would be fucking great. They looked good together. It was something different as a pairing. And they worked well together in the ring, considering that they were in there with the Iconics. And my problem here is the fact that we are making the Iconics the women's champions and not allowing them to even pretend to look good. Like, you just have them go out there and they're just being owned week after week. How many times have we seen them pinned to the mat? And it's just worthless. You couldn't think of anything better to do with your Raw Women's Champion than throw them into a match with the Women's Tag Team Champions to have Lacey fucking Evans come out anyway and ruin everything before this whole thing was said and done. That was necessary? Absolutely not. The Women's Tag Team Championships mean fucking nothing. So, until they do something to rectify that, it doesn't even fucking matter. This whole women's segment tonight didn't matter at all. What else didn't matter was Ricochet versus Cesaro. A fucking match that was great. This is one of the best Monday Night Raw matches we have had on Monday Night Raw in quite some time. Oh, wait a minute. I said that last week when we fucking seen this match. And this is a clear indication of proof showing you guys that the WWE is so lazy and so ineffective at telling fucking stories that they are just doing match after match, week after week, and trading wins at a 50-50 booking style that is so fucking clear you could see right through it. The last thing we fucking need is to see Ricochet and Cesaro do a repeat of the Booker T. Benoit Best of 7 Classic for the TV Championship in WCW. Nobody wants that. You don't need 7 matches between these guys. We don't need a best of. We need compelling stories. We need you guys to make it interesting. What should have happened tonight, following his loss last week, was maybe an interview with Ricochet in the back. What happened last week, Ricochet? Seems like Cesaro got the better of you. Well, you know, it was a tough night for me. I was coming off the Money in the Bank, and then boom! Cesaro fucking attacks him again. Says some shit in Swedish or whatever. I'm the bar now, blah, whatever. Think of something fucking cool. Make him be mad because he's blaming Money in the Bank. I'm just better than you. You didn't lose because of Money in the Bank. And now you set up the fucking rematch. You don't do it at Super Showdown. You do it next week on Monday Night Raw. And now nobody's going to be that pissed about it because you're giving the feud room to breathe. You're not just piling on match after fucking match. You could have even done it reverse. You could have had one of the fucking promo bots in the back talking to Cesaro about how he beat fucking Ricochet's ass last week. And then Ricochet could come out of nowhere and be a pissed off little babyface looking for a little bit of vengeance. You could extend it and then do that. You could do that back and forth a couple of weeks. Every time Cesaro's trying to get in a word, fucking Ricochet's popping out. Every time Ricochet's trying to say some shit or doing something at the PC or going to see his girlfriend down in NXT, Cesaro shows up and fucking beat him up. But no, we're just going to get match after match. And now next week they'll probably be in a fucking tag team match against each other. If not another fucking singles match, a rubber match, because they're both now at 1-1. How fucking easy was that for me to just come up and these guys just, oh, well, we'll just do what we did last week. We'll give the other guy the win, and that'll make everything even. And everybody will be happy. You know who's not happy? We're not happy. The fans ain't fucking happy. And that don't fucking matter. You know why? Because fuck the fans. That's why. What else did we fucking have here? And, you know, no matter how good they are, you know, this was a fucking great match. But the fact that we just seen it last week, and they're just doing 50-50 booking, it takes away from the match so much. The 4-way elimination match featuring 4 fucking people that I have absolutely no interest in. Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, The Miz, and Bobby Lashley. The only good thing about this matchup was that The Miz was not involved with Shane McMahon in any way. Other than that, this match was long, because it was an elimination match. We had to get rid of 3 guys in one matchup. And the last man standing was Constable fucking Dickhead. And it made me sick to my stomach. And I just thought to myself, is it absolutely possible that Vince McMahon is so high on this guy that he's actually doing this with the intent of putting him over? Or is he taking Baron Corbin and shoving him up our ass just to be that painful about it? Just because we enjoyed something else. You know what? I know how much you fucking hate Corbin, so I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. It's quite possible this was already in the cards and that I'm just, making mountain out of a molehill. But I can't see it. I cannot see it being for any other reason than to just fucking screw with us. At the very least, you could have put fucking Seth Rollins against The Miz. Something different. Something new. Who the fuck wants to see Baron Corbin? We don't want to see him as it is. Now you're putting him in the fucking Universal Championship match at Super Showdown. Which, by the day, just continues to get fucking worse and worse with each match that they announce. Let's catch up here on this fucking notepad. Your winner and new number one contender, Baron Corbin. After that, we come back from commercial, which was way too many commercials, and we go to the Usos block party. The Usos block party. If you've been watching wrestling for more than 1 year, you know that the reason why they do these block parties or these backstage gatherings where everybody's in fucking catering, having a good time, is for no other reason than for everybody to start fighting amongst the food. And it's a cheap and juvenile and unnecessary thing we have to fucking put up with. We gotta see Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson back there as if they give a shit about the 24/7 title. Why would they give two fucks about R-Truth's 24/7 title? This championship is a fucking disaster. It takes away from the show. It's nothing but a fucking joke, and I can't stand it. And it's a sin to me that it was given to R-Truth, because you know what? God damn it, R-Truth is trying the best he fucking can to make something out of this thing. And even I, one of his biggest supporters, cannot get into this. I don't give a fuck about this belt. It doesn't even matter about how it looks like the Avocado Toast Championship. It doesn't matter. The whole story, the whole meaning behind it, it's all fucking trash. You got EC3 and all these guys chasing after R-Truth, who's holding a hunk of metal that means jack shit. Why are they all chasing him so bad? What's so important about the 24/7 Championship? Nothing. It's a fucking circus. It's the Benny Hill Championship belt. All you need to do is play the music in your ears while you're watching them all run around and tackle each other backstage. It's fucking awful. And it needs to go. And I don't give a shit whose idea it was at this point, whether it was an idea of Vince or it was USA Network's idea. If you're taking ideas from the network like that, then you really have no fucking balls. This is your company. You want to take a show and shove it down the toilet to stick it to the fans, but you won't turn around and tell your network, yeah, no, we're not going to do that because we have all these other fucking championships that we don't know what the fuck to do with anyway, and that would just be a fucking waste of TV time. They can't book the fucking show as it is. They needed to take a fucking championship like the 24/7 title and put it on TV and focus on it more so than the United States Championship, more so than anything else fucking going on, more than the Women's Tag Team Championship. We've seen more of this 27 Championship than anything else, and it's only been around for 2 fucking episodes. Disasters. Finally, we get to another Firefly Funhouse segment. This one, now that I know where Bray Wyatt is coming from with this thing, these Mr. Rogers-inspired segments are a lot more meaningful and a lot more entertaining, and he has twisted them and melded the two worlds even more with each little installment that he gifts us with. Initially, we hated this thing because it looked like they were changing Bray Wyatt into this weird thing. But now, this weird thing has become a beautiful, fucking monstrous, disastrous, in a whole different kind of way. And it's fucking great. He was in the Funhouse tonight. asked us if we enjoyed his little secret, and of course, we all did. And then there was weird shit going on in the funhouse. You had two little kids standing there with no fucking emotion on their face with a limbo stick. All of a sudden, it was time to play limbo. You had Abby the Witch getting at Bray Wyatt, asking her, "Why won't you let me go?" It's getting really deep, really twisted. Some of the flickers going on, and tonight's installment was very, very good. I now am fully on board. I asked Bray Wyatt to finally fucking do something. He keeps telling us to let me in. I'm in, bro. I'm in, and I'm all with it. The Firefly Funhouse, my favorite moment. Once again, from the entire fucking show. Absolutely crazy. And he calls his new monster the Fiend. Interesting. So much like Bray Wyatt has the demon, Finn Balor has the demon, Bray Wyatt now has the Fiend. And it'll be interesting to see if going forward when he comes out to wrestle, if he will be the Fiend or he will be Bray Wyatt or what the hell is going on. So that's the only thing of interest going on Monday Night Raw at all. And I'm sure they'll find a way to fuck it up before all is said and done. We go to the ring for the first ever electric chair talk show. The last thing we fucking needed was another talk show. Another one of the last things we needed is another reason to give Corey Graves a fucking microphone in the middle of the ring. And finally, the last thing we needed was an actual fucking electric chair. God knows how much money he spent on a fucking replica electric chair, or if that's the one from the King of the Ring way back in the day. It doesn't matter where the fuck they pulled the electric chair out from. They gotta go put it back immediately into storage because this is the last thing this fucking show needed. And then I'm coming into this thing going, oh great, we get a new fucking talk show. This is gonna be awful. And then they made it even worse, infinitely worse, because we're doing the fan Q&A thing again. Didn't we try this a couple of times with Alexa Bliss? And it didn't fucking work. Why are we doing this again? Why are we talking to fans? Why are we talking to fans? This is Monday Night Raw. I'm not tuning in for you to go ask some schmuck about his fucking parents. And then Sami saying, oh, are your parents brother and sister or cousins or whatever the fuck he said? What are you fucking kidding me? Some little girl fucking asked him about fucking ginger snaps? What? What are we fucking going to 9-year-old girls with questions for? If you're going to have segments like this, you go to the fan, you have a fucking card in your hand, and you say, ask this question. You want to be part of the show tonight? Yeah, great. Here's your part of the script. Ask this question. Sammy will have his retort, and then you move along. And then you don't fucking have the camera on the little kid and show when she's trying to say something else, Kayla Braxton pulling the microphone away like, shut up, kid, you can't talk anymore. Fucking Q&A fan segments. This is what we're getting as punishment for enjoying AEW. We're not even going to go over all these fucking questions and all these fans. Who gives a shit? All I know is, out of nowhere comes Seth Rollins, because I stopped paying attention. All of a sudden I hear the music, Burn It Down hits. Seth Rollins comes out, starts tossing around the electric chair, starts going after Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn retreats to the floor, but he will be wrestling Seth Rollins next. Because reasons. I guess. This was not announced during the earlier part of the show as far as I'm concerned or as far as I remember, and this is just an impromptu match. So what the fuck was Seth Rollins supposed to be doing on this episode of Monday Night Raw instead of this impromptu meeting with Sami Zayn after this electric chair segment? This was a fucking good match, because that's what Sami Zayn does. Throughout the entirety of this matchup, the announce team was teasing whether or not Brock Lesnar was going to come out at the end of this thing. We all know that was not going to happen. But Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins put on a decent match for once to close out a Monday Night Raw. And after the fucking 2.5 hours that preceded it, I wanted to put a shotgun in my mouth and pull the trigger. So I almost didn't make it to the end of Monday Night Raw tonight. I hope the same is true for all of you. If you were unfortunate enough to have to sit through this fucking piece of trash, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that we're wrestling fans, and I'm sorry that you enjoyed AEW, and I'm sorry that you're excited for something new in the world of wrestling, but this is what we get. This is what we get. And then you wonder why we're fucking excited. You wonder why we want an AEW. You wonder why fans still give fucking Impact Wrestling a chance every here and there. Even though that's no good. But it's still, at least it's wrestling. You're better off going down to your local fucking independent promotion in your town and spending 10, 20 bucks and getting in on a good night of wrestling with people that love wrestling. These people no longer love wrestling. All they fucking love is money and power and ratings. But they don't love ratings enough to want to see them improve, because they look at the bank account and they see that keep rising. Because millions of you casual fans out there don't understand. You don't know where I'm coming from. You tell me shut up and watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Can't not watch it. It's wrestling. If you are a wrestling fan like I am, you know what I'm talking about. This is an addiction that you cannot fight. If you're flipping through channels and you see a wrestling ring and guys wrestling, it doesn't matter if it's fucking Ring of Honor, if it's NYWC, if it's the Idaho Potato fucking Wrestling Federation, you're gonna watch and go, hey, who are these guys? What's going on over here? What's this wrestling? Because you love fucking wrestling. And this is the #1 wrestling organization in the world. At the same time, it is the most pathetic fucking wrestling organization in the world. Oh, well, everything is competition. We've never lost our competition. Yeah, you did. WCW, ECW, that was competition. TNA, Impact Wrestling, that was never competition. Oh, Monday Night Football's our competition, and the Oscars and the Emmys are our competition, and all these Super Bowls are competition. No, it's not, and stop it with the bullshit. Because competition means you have somebody doing exactly what you're doing somewhere else. You cannot compare apples to fucking oranges. And now you actually have somebody else that is doing wrestling better than you out of the gate with their first fucking pay-per-view. God knows what the TNT show is going to look like, and we can only count the days. If he's going to continue to put forth efforts like this and just, I don't know what this was, man. I don't know what this was, you guys. This was nothing more than a letter to all of us to tell us to go fuck ourselves. And if we want AEW, he's very happy for us to go, I guess, with Jon Moxley and defect over there. I don't get it. First match of the night. Almost fucking 20 after 9. Shane McMahon. Roman Reigns ×2. Baron Corbin winning the #1 contendership. Sami Zayn, fan Q&A session. This is Monday Night Raw we're talking about, right? You're damn right it is. Because it fucking sucked. And that's all. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. This fucking show is making me sick to my stomach. And I'm not sitting here telling you, oh, well, AEW's going to be so great. I'm not going to do that. It's not me. It's not what we do here. I'm a fucking WWE guy. All I want is for AEW to be successful so that WWE follows suit and starts giving me great wrestling once again. You cannot watch Raw tonight and tell me that was a fucking wrestling show. If you can, you're crazy. Sure, we had 2 good wrestling matches, but that was not a wrestling show. Saturday night was definitely a wrestling show. NXT, definitely a wrestling show. Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, fucking trash. That's it, you guys. I'm signing off for this evening. Thank you all for being here with me throughout Money in the Bank. This was an absolutely historic week in the history of this channel. We have been just going through the roof with views, and it has been absolutely tremendous. And I want to invite each and every one of you guys, if you are still here with me at the near 40-minute mark and you enjoyed today's show, if you enjoyed my little Vince McMahon intro, if you enjoyed anything or agreed with anything that I said on the show tonight, you belong right here in the coolest family on YouTube, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Club, my brothers and sisters in my little army that we are forming in our own little corner of the world here on YouTube, so that we can make our feelings known and so that you guys have a place to come to where we all know that we're not fucking nuts, man. We are all in this together, and we're going to get through this. No matter how bad Vince McMahon wants to make it, we are going to get through it, and you are never going to turn me away, because I love wrestling. And one day it's going to change, and we're going to be there. And that's going to make all these years when it sucked even sweeter. Because without all of this destruction and all of this disgusting retardedness that we have to put through, there can never be another great time in professional wrestling, and I think that time is quickly coming upon us. Now is your time to smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed today's show, and share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if they know this fucking Monday Night Raw episode sucked. My name, ladies and gentlemen, is Nick Nightmare, if you don't know that by now. This is the team, Thor the Sledgehammer, the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show and the Wrestling God of Thunder. His tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball. And the most important member of the team, as always, is each and every one of you. For Vince McMahon, that is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you tomorrow night for SmackDown Live right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com.